2 sessions on stress management, on heartfulness, or about the healthy lifestyle. And I really appreciate this gesture. And keeping this in our mind, we have arranged a session on heartfulness, and we have today we have very great uh, resource person, Dr. Shyamji Malhotra, with us. Uh, Professor Malhotra uh, is in Jaipur Institute of Management since 2010. Before this, he worked for over 40 years in Allahabad Bank in different leadership positions like state head, zonal head, regional head, branch head, and principal of Allahabad Bank Staff College. Professor Malhotra superannuated in 2010 from the position of general manager. Professor Malhotra is a heartfulness practitioner since 1971 and also a certified heartfulness trainer. He has conducted various heartfulness programs on employee wellness, healthy lifestyle, professional excellence, academic excellence, friend within, befriending stress, managing negative emotions, sattvic food habits for various public and private organizations like Assistant Commissioner of Excise and Customs, Assistant Commissioners of Trade Tax, doctors, paramedical staff, and students of King George Medical University, Lucknow University, chief medical officers, and consultants of National Health Mission UP, district and session judges of Uttar Pradesh, students in various schools, universities, engineering and management institutions, officials of Geological Survey of India, officials of Indian Post, executives of Margdarshak Financial Services, officers of Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, UCO Bank, combined civil services officer under UP Academy of Administration and Management, and many more. He is also a state master trainer of Heartfulness Enabled Leadership Mastery Program. So I welcome you, sir, in this session, and I request you to take the session forward.
Thanks, Richa. Hearty welcome to all the participants of this Atal FDP on Advanced Business Analytics. I am very happy to be with you in this session. So I am very happy this morning to connect with all of you in this session on befriending stress. And in this session of 1.5 hours time, I will be talking to you about stress management. But this is not going to be a theoretical session. I will share you some practical activities and meditation techniques which you can use in your day-to-day life and manage stress. So I would like all of you to attend the session joyfully, without any tension, but will follow certain principles. First is be present. Please remain present in the class, and one way of remaining present is to unmute your camera so that we may have face-to-face contact. You are all teachers, faculty, research scholars, or people from the industry. You all understand that in online education, student connect is very, very important thing. And if you connect well with the teacher get encouraged to talk to you effectively and you know, then his interest in the class goes high. Second thing is, have fun, enjoy the class. I have many activities for you. Do all those activities joyfully and understand their significance. They are all related with the stress management. I will also share you some stories so that you can understand the subject better, you can connect yourself with that situation and understand what we need to do when we are in those situations. Third is one person at a time. So you have every right to put question, preferably in the chat box anytime. I would like to cover that question and answer it. And in the end of the session, we will have a question answer session, which Professor Richa will coordinate. And I will be very happy to answer all the questions, whatever you have on this context. And last one is, stretch yourself, come out of your comfort zone, and try to use this opportunity in the best possible way. So, taking you away from the day-to-day topic of analytics, let us start the subject of befriending stress, and I am sharing you my slide. I need your confirmation that all of you can see the slide.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good, very good.
Yes, sir.
So, as you see, I'm a professor here. Richa has given you the introduction in Jaipuria Institute of Management. I am professor of banking and finance. But more than this, I am a heartfulness trainer. And she has already told you that I have conducted more than 100 workshops, sessions, seminars on different heartfulness topic. And today I am going to talk to you on befriending stress in uncertain time in heartfulness way. And let me tell you a few words about the heartfulness. Heartfulness is a global organization. We have a partnership with the United Nations. We have a partnership in India with Ayush Mantralaya. We have a partnership with AIU, Association of Indian Industries, and even AICTE has recommended our program in all FDP. So whenever any FDP is conducted, we are taking 1 or 2 sessions and making the participant aware about the heartfulness. With this brief introduction, I now come to the befriending stress in uncertain way. You all see a picture on the slide. So I would like to know from you, you can answer in the chat box, what do you see in the picture? Please participate. Without your effective participation, I will not be able to make the program interesting. Sea waves, good. Ankit, thank you very much. But you see a person. Where is the face? I am not able to see the face. You say smiley face. Very good. Smile. So, there are sea waves, you are right. You see the foot, waves and the feet welcoming this change. A lady standing in front of sea, waves, sea, smile fading away waves, step forward, wave is about to fade away the smile. Okay, so thank you all. Very, very quick participation, very rapid fire answers. So, to me, this picture represent, I will give the quote in Hindi and then I will revert to English later. जिन ढूंढा तिन पाइया गहरे पानी पैठ, मैं बैरी डूबन डरी रही किनारे बैठ. Those who were interested, they dived deep into the ocean and got the pearls. I was very poor, I was afraid of drowning, so I remained seated on the bank of the river or bank of the sea. So the moral of this picture is that all of us will have to deep dive into the subject, and only then we'll be able to have a meaningful learning in this session. And I promise to all of you, you will remember this moment throughout your life if you take due interest. So, coming forward, taking forward, I will share you a story. And the story is a man at God's shop. And it's a very interesting story. A man in the dream went to do shopping. He went to a shop, and it was the same board was written there, God's shop. So he was very intrigued. And then he found another message: before entering, kindly seek permission. So he gave a ring and then asked God, may I come in? So God said, the question was to the God, sir, what do you sell? And God replied, it's not moving, give me a chance. So the person, God told to the person, whatever your heart desires. So then naturally the second question was, this person said, oh, to God, I want happiness, peace and joy. God replied, sorry son, I sell seeds, not fruit. And what do you see the moral of the story? First one was, God, what do you sell? God replied to that person, whatever your heart desires. Person said, sir, I want happiness, peace and joy. God replied to that person, sorry son, I sell seeds, not fruits. So may I know from you, as you have promised me to interact, what do you understand from this story, or what is the moral of the story? Quickly, few answers.
You can't buy happiness.
You can't buy happiness. Very good. What is next?
So God only shows the path. You need to follow it on your own.
God shows the path, you have to follow that path. So first thing is, we all want happiness, peace and joy. Is it right, wrong? We all want happiness, peace and joy. Yes, no.
Yes.
Simply write why, that will be enough. So we all now want joy, peace and happiness. But the problem is, we do not want to sow seeds which will give us the happiness. So we need to explore in this session how to sow seed of happiness and joy in our life. And believe me, if you are happy, if you are joyful, you will not face stress. They are just opposite. A happy person is not stressful, and a stressful person is not a happy person. He will have sadness, and he will have so many things which we'll discuss in the due course in this session. So let us see on the screen, and first activity which I will explain to you is power of intention. There is a famous book by Wayne Dyer. He is an American author, a motivator and inspirational leader, and the quote on the screen is from his book. And first I will read the quote, and then I will connect this quote with my session. When you are clear on your intention, you take inspired action that is in alignment with your words and truth. I'll repeat this line to put emphasis. When you are clear on your intention, you take inspired action that is in alignment with your words and truth. And you also quickly manifest what you desire because you are clearly putting out words and action that are in alignment with the things you want to attract in your life. So from the last word, I will link if you want to attract happiness, joy, and peace in your life, and you are clear on this intention, you will take inspired action in alignment with the word and truth. I would suggest all of you to read this book, buy this book and read this book. We are not physically present, otherwise I would have allowed you to borrow the books from our library and read it. It's a very, very interesting and inspiring book. And the main thing which I learned from this book is, all the time you must have, powerful intention to perform the task. कभी कभी हम कुछ काम ऐसा करते हैं पूरे दिल से नहीं करते, तो वो सफल नहीं होता. So similarly, when you are present in this class, you have to put your heart and soul. I am re-emphasizing, you need to put your heart and soul to understand what I am going to tell you in next 1.5 hours, half an hour time. So let us see what we will be learning in this session. We will start with what is stress, how do we define stress. Then we will see whether everybody is having same amount of stress or whether the stress is different. What are the stressor, what stress factor contribute to the stress. Is the stress is due to occupational factor or personal nature, whether this COVID-19 has aggravated the stress, and if you had been in a stressful situation in your life one time or the other. So let us start with the first and please answer, what do you understand why the word is stress, or how do we define stress? I solicit your reply. What is stress? How do we define stress? Please answer.
Stress is a kind of fear that may not be even possible, or some unexpected, we are expecting some unexpected things to happen to us.
Thank you, Sony. Very good answer. Anybody else? Somebody has written on the screen, undesirable state of mind, not able to take decision, disturbance in mind. You are all...
Good morning, sir.
Yes. Karthikeyan.
Hello.
Yes, please answer.
Yes, sir. Stress is something that things which happen unexpectedly that cannot be managed with our abilities. So when it goes beyond our abilities and if we feel it is uncontrollable, then we tend to feel somewhat suffered.
So very good, very correct answer. So I will say somebody has written anxiety. Anxiety is the result of stress. Sir Sagar. So
Good morning, sir.
yes,
According to me, stress is we couldn't able to manage our inner ability and the external environment, sir.
very good, very nice. So stress is something that causes a state of strain or tension. It is an individual experience, and when we are not able to cope with the significant level of demand from us within the available resources, including our abilities, we may face stress. In today's world, most triggers are emotional. For example, when my work colleague is a bully, or my spouse is insensitive, or my friend disappoint us, and we are coupled with demands which we cannot meet, our stress is overwhelming. This may be true with our children also. When they demand something which I am unable to cope with, I may face stress. When my student in the class, I am not able to meet their expectations, I may face stress. And as I told you, stress level of individual to individual, stress level is different, and it depends upon the individual experiences. It is very important for us to know what causes stress. It may be occupational, it may be personal. Occupational stress may be, for example, the nature of work. There are certain type of work like the work in the army or the work of the police or work of the CBI. They are very stressful. Before joining this college as a professor 10, 11 years back, I was in the banking industry. And if you Google, you will find that even banking industry is considered as a very stressful job. Now let us see the stress in the education sector. School leader work for more than 51 hours per week during term, leading to burnout. 72%, that's a survey, people feel stress who are in the school leadership position. 78% complaint identify stress as a top workforce health risk, and 87% employed worldwide are not engaged at work due to stress. And in the world, 3.2 billion workers are increasingly unwell and suffer from excessive pressure on the job. These are the statistics. So I feel even a teaching job is full of stress and a very demanding job. So if you agree, say bye. If you don't agree, write an. I need few answer. I'll take a pause for few seconds and then I will continue. So if there is anybody in the gathering who says that teaching is not a stressful job at all, so I need a N and then I will proceed. If everybody say bye, oh, all answer are bye. Good. Now I come to the COVID, because the topic of my discussion is befriending stress in uncertain times, what we call new normal. COVID has aggravated the stress in because many new lifestyle adaptations like the lockdown, isolation, social distancing, quarantine, work from home, travel ban, no handshake, no hugging to our beloved children, wearing mask, frequent hand wash, and so on. That's the new lifestyle, and we are finding it difficult to adapt to the new lifestyle. And due to COVID, there is an increasing fear of infection. Those who are not yet vaccinated, they are having fear of missing vaccination, particularly in the age group of 18 to 44, or the children who are not at all eligible because vaccine is not available for them, so missing vaccination, adverse event following immunization, what happens if anybody has taken a jab and then there may be some adverse reaction. Infection even after taking both the jabs, as vaccination does not provide protection to all variant, no vaccine for children, all these. So COVID has also aggravated our stress level to a great extent. Now my next question to you will be, and have you felt a stressful situation in your life? Say yes or no. Have you felt a stressful situation in your life one time or the other? Yes. So we all have a stressful situation in our life one time or the other, and human body responds to stress differently depending whether the stress is new or that is just a start of stress, or stress is chronic, and we deal with the stress based on flight or fight response system built in our body. Now I come to the stressors. I told to you the stress may be nature of job. Stress may be due to the work environment. I have seen teachers, particularly in my primary school education, who were very, very authoritative, and as a student we used to be afraid of our teacher. Now the situation has changed. We find the teachers are very, very friendly. So depending upon the nature of job, depending upon the environment in which we work, and depending upon the nature of workman itself, stress factors are different. And when I talk about the personal,
This is one example of family tree. I'm going to make the picture of a tree.
I am not able to see you or listen you. Your audio is not clear. Please write down in the chat box. Your voice is not clear.
Sir, please continue.
Okay. So, if you see the screen, you will find the stress factors. First one is the fear of life. Particularly during COVID time, we have a lot of fear about our life. Fear about sickness, fear about breakdown of relationship. That's a common problem these days. An unfortunate incident. I will share you one of my personal story. In 1998, I went to attend a international summer school in Luxembourg. That's in the European Union, near France and Germany. So I have an American friend, and he was required to introduce to me to the audience. And I'll share you how he introduced to me to the audience. He said, "Look here, my friend Syam," or Sam. He was not able to pronounce my name as Syam. He said, "Look here is my friend Sam." And I found two beautiful things about him. He is working in the same organization for 30 years, and he is living with the same lady for more than 25 years. So, that is the relationship we Indians are traditionally having, but now in the change atmosphere, change environment, there are a lot of relationship issues, and breakdown of relationship is a very major fear. Then insecurity of job, insecurity of career, insecurity of family, insecurity of work environment. Then anxiety, including nervousness, restlessness, feeling of danger, panic, dread, recollection of adverse event. Anger, mood swings, events that disturb your mental peace. Depression is a global problem these days, and COVID has particularly, increased this problem. Feeling of guilt when you do any immoral thing, unethical thing, or wrong thing, you may feel guilt. Worries, that's not written on the scale, but people very much worry, particularly mothers. They worry for their children when they are in the office. They always worry how my infant child, or even if they are little old, they are at home or they are in school. So mother have a lot of worry. My mother is very old, but all the time, I am such a grown-up person, but she is always worried about my health and my well-being. So these are all stressful factors which we face in our day-to-day life. We cannot just wish away that these factors will run away, will not have them, and we'll try to have a survey of these factors for all of you. So I would request you to go to I'm sharing a link. We have to go to Mentimeter. Please go to the Mentimeter, click this link. It will take you to Mentimeter, and then you need to share your, in one word, your emotional weather after onset of COVID-19. And before you do that, I have an exercise for you. Close your eyes, brood over on your emotions since onset of COVID-19, and then write in one word your emotion. So close your eyes, just close your eyes for a few seconds. Scan your emotional position mentally in past around 1.5 years, 2 years, how you have been feeling, what is your emotional state, and write down in the when you will open the link, it will take you to the summation. Write down in one word, how do you face emotionally these days. Please do that, and I am going to share you the screen. I am looking forward for your answers. If you have any problem, please let me know in reaching to the screen. Please click the link, it will take you to that. Mentimeter.
Shyamji, do I have to sign up for that account?
You need not sign up. It will just take you there. Even I have to get first answer. So I believe there may be some. Or otherwise, what you can do, www.menti.com and use this code. You see the screen. Use the code 74011482. Both way you can go, either through the link which I have put in the chat box, or what you can do, you go to menti.com and use the code, it will take you to answer. I will again clarify. Either you go to use the link in the chat box and it will take you to the menti.com where you can give your answer in one word, or you can type, as you would see on the screen, www.menti.com and then use the code 74011482. It will take you to the So, in case of problem, please let me know. I have yet to get the answer. And this is all anonymous. Even I don't know who has given this answer. So you can. So we have few answers coming on the screen. Thank you very much. I request all to participate. We have 4 answers on the screen and 100 participants. So quickly everybody should write. So you have a link on the screen, and otherwise you can type www.menti.com and use the code word 74011482. Either way you can reach. So we have 4 answers: devastating, clueless, depressed, anger, frustration. So we have 8 answers. Happy.
Sir, do we have to sign in, sir? Register and sign in, sir?
No, you need not sign anything. You just do one thing, www.menti.com, and
Okay.
use this code 74011482.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You will have access. So we we have many people giving the answer, around 15 answers I have received: mechanical, anger, frustration, worried about future, depression, work, stress, contented, devastated. Somebody has written happy. I am equally happy. If you are happy in these trying and stressful circumstances, it is really very good, exceptional personality, happy and confident. So we have some positive answer, but majority of the answers are indicating about our mental health. So quickly please answer, otherwise I have to move forward because I have to cover so many other things. It seems some of you are having problem. Okay, so we have 17 answers, 18 answers. Anger, stressed. So beautiful colors coming on the screen, beautiful answers are coming on the screen. So I now have a second question for all of you. How do you manage all these things? Are you listening? How you manage
Sir, for second question also the same code, sir.
same code? But I have to change the screen, please wait for a moment.
Okay, sir.
So few answers have come. I look forward for other answers. Same code, and it is how these stress are impacting your health. So I have received answer from 6-7 participants.
Sir, for this, sometime I have most of the symptoms, sir. I will check out
Whatever
one.
is the major item, you just sign that.
Okay, sir.
So now you can see which is the major health problem, which is the major health problem? Somebody should see the screen and answer. Dr. Subhasini?
Yes, sir. It is hypertension.
It is lifestyle disease, hypertension, diabetic, heart problem.
But I went for digestive disorder, sir.
Okay, no problem. You know, digestive disorder is also very common.
Yes, sir. Especially for academician, it is very common, sir. But most of them do not know it is a cause of. It is a symptom for stress.
Oh yes. You know, even particularly the females, they have problem of falling hair. Or
Yes, sir.
even in the young age, our hair becomes grey, and that is the
Yes,
reason of stress.
Yes, sir.
And
Absolutely.
they lose their hairs. So that's also a common problem of the stress. And one good thing is here among the teachers, although very few people have answered, nobody feels anger or frustration. Although in the first sheet, some of you have written anger and frustration. But here nobody has given answer of anger, frustration. And hardly there are few answers, others are sitting.
Sir, most of the time we will show the frustration and anger with our family, sir, not in the job.
Yes, I'll tell you, I did a survey on this. I have written a paper, and there were very, very interesting answers. In a software company, the employee said that we have a statue of our boss in one closed room, and whenever we are stress free, we go to the room, अपने boss को मारते हैं. And in one case, a lady said that I beat my younger sisters when I am in stress. And as a mother or father, we all knows that when we are in a stressful situation, we have very often beaten our children. Am I right, wrong? Dr.
Yes, sir.
Subhasini?
Yes, sir. You're right, sir.
Very often, many times, when I was young and my children were at the age of 8 to 10, 12 years, many times I and my wife, we had quarreled with each other, why you are beating them. But then she said to me, if you are in the house all the day, then you will come to know how stressful it is to handle them.
Yes, sir. Being a mother, we will use all type of tools to control the children.
Yes, good. So,
sir,
what I wish
I especially do.
Yes, please tell. Please answer. So I will not spend much time here, but what I wish to convey through this survey, we had two, that stress is a part of life, and stress is having an impact on our health. And one more thing I would like to emphasize is that there are certain stress like digestive disorder or lifestyle problem, they have a physical angle, but many a time stress are having a mental problem also. Anger, frustration, short-temperedness, worry, anxiety, headache, they are all relating to our mental health. So managing mental and physical health both are important to us as a human being, and we need to learn how we can manage the stress in a meaningful way. Now comes the role of heartfulness, meditation, and other yogic practices. So I'll take you to the medical science. Medical science say that there are many etiological factors for stress, And as per the medical research, there are both physical and mental dimension for the stress which we have just seen. And excessive stress is considered as a modern day pandemic which has a significant cost on health and a health implication. And it creates headache, anxiety, anger, trembling of body, depression, even insomnia, sleeplessness, digestive problem, hypertension, diabetes, hormonal problem. Particularly, young ladies having lot of hormonal issues and that affect their mental and physical health, heart attack, and so on. I'll show you on the screen the experience shared by cricket of Indian team Virat Kohli when the India lost to England, and he said, someone whom I can go and say, I am finding it hard to go to sleep, I do not want to wake up in the morning, I have no confidence in myself. That was his mental stage. And even Deepika Padukone, she was honored with the World Economic Forum, and she said that we need to recognize about we need to create awareness about the mental health. And she also said that over 300 million people are suffering from the mental illness, and depression is the leading cause of ill health and disability in the world. Now, more than even before, we need to aggressively address what is invisible and overlooked health and social burden. So this take me to another question, whether stress is a bad thing. Who would like to answer? Whether stress is a bad thing, you can use the chat box also to answer.
No,
No,
not always, sir.
not always.
Sir, sometimes it teaches some lessons, sir.
It teaches some lesson. And being a person in the corporate, and that too at a very high position, and we used to tell to our subordinate, if you are not stressful, you are not giving me your 100%. You are getting? I used to tell to my subordinate, I used to tell to my managers that if you are not stressful, you are not giving your 100%. What I meant to tell them. And now as a professor, teacher, you have a lot of responsibility, teaching to the student, so many other activity, mentoring, and then research writing, this and that, all administrative responsibility. And that also add to the stress. And you say stress is not always bad, it also teaches us something. So I'll take you to a research done by one Dr. Yerkes and Dodson. It is known as Yerkes-Dodson law. On the x-axis, he has shown the stress, and on the y-axis is the performance. So as you would see on the diagram, as the stress is increasing, at some stage performance is also increasing, but after that performance started going down, or output started going down. And this research initially he conducted on the rats. He gave them the electric shocks, and then they had to pass through a maze, and the objective was that if he increases the electric shock, whether the rats are able to navigate the maze. An interesting finding was that up to a certain level, when electric shock was increased, they made attempt, and some of them passed through the maze, navigated the maze, but when the electric shock was increased, they gave out, and it was a situation like a burnout. So then he gave the law that there are two situations. One is eustress, which increases focus and concentration, enhance capacity to engage and perform, and then there is a distress, which is when the person is under stress for a long time and it results into the burnout or any problem. So my answer to the question is that stress is good, and what we need to learn today, what are the healthy way of managing stress and what are the unhealthy ways of managing stress. Healthy ways are eustress, unhealthy ways are maladaptive coping. When the way we use them to handle the stress are making effect on our health. So who can give the answer? What are the healthy ways of managing stress? What are the unhealthy ways of managing stress?
Sir, healthy ways managing the time properly, sir.
Time is one component. What are the other things? If suppose I am having anxiety, I am having depression, what normally we do or what we should do? Time management, I understand that many times time management working, particularly for the working couple, create stress.
Sir, can we go with physical activities like yoga, health exercises, meditation?
Very good. So I divide the de-stressing situations. What create positive thinking is exercise, yoga, meditation, listening to the devotional songs or music, reading Vedas or autobiography of the great personalities like Vivekanand, Kabir. Even keeping pets decreases our stress, traveling, holidaying, fun with the family and friend. There are positive way or healthy way of managing stress. But unfortunately, we
Sir, I
have,
have a question.
just wait for a minute, I will answer the question.
Sure.
Just wait for a minute. But we have, majority of the time, we go for unhealthy way of managing stress. That is, we take tea, coffee or caffeine, smoking gutka, pan masala, tobacco, binge watching or TV movies, escaping stress, overeating, known as stress eating, or dependency on drug and alcohol that impair our attention. And the survey which I did and the paper which I have written says that 80% of the pupil resort to the dysfunctional way of managing stress, unhealthy way of managing stress, and hardly 20% of the pupil they do meditation, yoga and exercises. And all other way of managing stress like devotional song, reading books, keeping pet, they are the recreational type of stress. They give us temporary relief. They are not a permanent solution to the stress management. Now you can put your question.
Now, I was talking about, we are talking about addressing stress through healthy and unhealthy ways, but a starting point, and I guess where a lot of people find hesitation is even talking about the fact that they are undergoing stress.
So one thing is,
how do you overcome that? Because that is a starting point. If that is not overcome, then
अभी आपको और एक और starting point और बताते हैं, and then you will get the you will reach to the bottom of the problem.
Sure, sir.
So there are 2-3 things. First is the recognizing stress, very good. Second thing is how to add de-stress, and then you need to know which is the healthy way of managing stress, which is the unhealthy way of managing stress. And coming to that, what is the basic problem in our country? In our country is that people who are having mental problem particularly, they are not appreciated or accepted in the society. Even the organizations like our college, universities, they have no system of recognizing or addressing many mental problems. There is no institutional framework, and there is no mechanism. We have a provision for giving the sick leave, but suppose anybody say that I am under stress, I am under anxiety for 2 days and I want a medical leave, perhaps nobody will agree and nobody will grant the leave because there is no such certificate, medical certificate. I remember a case in my organization when I was working in the bank. A lady sent a mail to me. I was the general manager of Uttar Pradesh at that time, and she said that I am suffering from mental illness for last 3-4 months. I am suffering mentally and I want to take a break for 6 months. Is it possible to give me the break for 6 months? But unfortunately, there was no such provision. And even, in the bank, we have no provision of sabbatical leave. Even a person want to go without pay, there is no such rules. So the problem in India is, coming to your point, even if suppose a person knows that he is suffering mentally, there is no institutional framework, there is no recognition of the fact. And this is what the Deepika Padukone, she has written in that. In one of the interviews, she has said that we need to first recognize the mental problem, and then we need to take steps, because with so many people suffering from depression. And one point I have not covered, sorry I am for that, so many people commit suicide, and that's also a mental manifestation. So recognizing is first step, appreciating is the second step, and then addressing the problem in a positive manner, in a healthy manner, is the ultimate step. So now I want your reply. Are you satisfied, or still you want to raise something? I missed you.
No, sir. This is good.
Venkatesh, you asked?
Yes, this is good.
Good. No. Now we'll learn a micro activity. Whenever we are in stressful situations, breath is the first thing that is get affected. When you get stressed, what changes your breath? When you get angry, what changes your breath? We experience change of breath with every change of emotion. And when you learn to navigate and manage your breath, you can easily navigate anxiety, anger, and other stressful situations. And one of the key activity which we recommend to everybody is, we call it left nostril breathing exercise. Please listen carefully. We call it left nostril breathing exercise. And what we do in this exercise, you can practice this exercise along with me. Close your right nostril with your right thumb. And take deep breath by your left nostril 10 times. Like this, you will hear my voice. And it is scientifically proved that parasympathetic nervous system get activated through this technique, and you face the peace instantly. If you wish, you can take a snap of this slide. How to manage your negative emotion, left nostril breathing exercise. Close your right nostril by your right thumb. Take a deep breath by your left nostril 10 times. Your parasympathetic nervous system get activated through this technique, and you will feel peace instantly. So whenever you have stress, anxiety, anything, please use this exercise. And if you go to YouTube, you just type heartfulness, left nostril exercise, you will get a video. You can see the video also, or learn this exercise. It is different to what we are told, Anulom Vilom. Many people do that Anulom Vilom, but it is not Anulom Vilom. we do the exercise only through the left nostril. Right nostril remain closed. And scientific reason is that we have what we call in Hindi or Sanskrit Chandra Nadi, Surya Nadi. So Chandra Nadi is the left nostril, Surya Nadi is the right nostril. And then in between that there is a balancing Nadi. I am missing that name. So even in the classroom, you can check your nostril with which nose you are breathing right now. Normally during the daytime, we breathe with the right nostril, and in the night we breathe with the left nostril. And left nostril breathing bring the instant, peace, because it activate our parasympathetic nervous system. Now coming to the fact choices. As a human being, we always have choices. When I used to talk to the larger audience in the classroom, I was talking to very senior people in the excise and customs, particularly the people who deal in the narcotics. They say, sir, using drugs, substance, alcohol is the part of our life. So I used to tell them, you are free to choose, but you are not free to choose the consequences of your choice. So your reaction. Many of us are accustomed to so many things. Smoking, use of tobacco, drinking, using the substance. And we feel that it addresses our stress or anxiety. It may do it, but it impair our nervous system. So choices are with us, but consequences we cannot decide. So it is always advisable to choose the right thing. Now coming to the next activity, heartfulness, relaxation and meditation, how it builds our inner world. So meditation is a tool by which we connect with our inner self. And relaxation is a tool by which we relax our body. We'll be doing a practical demonstration for about 15 minutes after 5 minutes time. But before that, we need to know a few things about the meditation and the relaxation. First thing is, India is home to meditational practices for thousands of years. Heartfulness meditation, which is based on Raj Yoga system, was prevalent in India at least 10 generations before to Raja Janak. So we are home to this system. But unfortunate thing is, we all know about the benefit of meditation, but hardly anybody does that. I'll show you a quote from Gautam Buddha. Gautam Buddha was asked what you gained from meditation. And you know what he said? He said nothing. The person who put the question, he was surprised. He said nothing. Then Buddha added, let me tell you, what I am teaching you. Meditation is one instrument which can address
So, participants, there is internet connectivity issue here. So, wait for 5 minutes. Everyone will join.
So today, do we have attendance also? I mean, feedback?
Yeah, we'll share in a little bit. Sir, you are muted. Shyamji, sir.
So sorry, I got disconnected due to some internet issue. I am back. अरे जरा हमें वो एथोराइज करिए शेयर
सर जैसा इंटरनेट आ रहा है सर, बस 1 मिनट लगेगा.
आपका भी चला गया था?
हाँ सर, पूरे इंस्टीट्यूट का गया था, इसलिए ऋचा मैम भी डिस्कनेक्ट हो गई है.
अच्छा. So I was thinking the issue is relating to me, but it was.
नो सर, इंस्टीट्यूट का ही चला गया था. मिस दीक्षा श्रीवास्तव. दीक्षा श्रीवास्तव जी.
Yes, sir.
By default you are host, you have to make me host.
So just give me a minute. I'll try.
आ गया वापस, वाईफाई पे आ जाइए. एक्चुअली जब कनेक्टिविटी जाती है तो बाय डिफॉल्ट किसी को होस्ट बनाया जाता है, तो आपको बनाया गया. दीक्षा जी, कैन यू give me the right for host?
So I'll try leaving. Will that help?
Open the list of participant.
Yes.
And then type my name, Preetam.
Okay. I've done. Just I've done it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Just I'm giving you the rights. So Richa ma'am is also here. So Richa ma'am, you can give the right to sir. Professor Richa.
Yes. सर आपका तो डिस्कनेक्ट नहीं हुआ था श्याम जी सर?
हो गया था.
हो गया था.
सब पूरे इंस्टीट्यूट का चला गया था.
रिचा मैम राइट्स दे दीजिए श्याम जी सर को. होस्ट बना दीजिए.
Thanks for.
Okay. So sorry for the inconvenience. I was here. So I was telling you that Heartfulness has done a lot of research work in the area of meditation and how it helps for many health benefits. I'll tell you in brief, there is no time to go in detail about all these papers. First finding by Mr. N.K. Arya is that this meditation reduces the cholesterol, and that is the problem for BP and the heart problem. Then heartfulness meditation increases the telomere length, and this telomere result into many mental issues like burnout, emotional wellness. And then the another paper by Dr. Amarnath is for improving the immunity, and it was proved through that research that heartfulness meditation help in improving immunity. And the last one regarding the improvement in the sleep quality, this was again by Dr. Amarnath, and he proved through his research that improving sleep quality through heartfulness meditation. And there are many more. I am only picked up the few of the papers. And what happens, if you do the meditation regularly, it will remove your automatic negative thoughts, what we call the ants. Deal with the ants in our mind, replace them with the positive thoughts. And that's why, in short, I can tell you that meditation is the medication. So this is in short what I wish to tell you, and I will do the recap, and thereafter we'll do the 15-minute session on the meditation. We'll come back to the story that I shared you in the beginning, and the story is how to sow the seed of happiness and joy. And we need to know very well that happiness is not what is happening around us, it is what is happening inside us. And when your mind is at ease, your heart is at peace. So it is good you connect with your inner friend, your heart, who is your anchor. And before that, I will also show you a quote, and then I will stop for a moment and I will take your key takeaway. A man asked an artist, "How do you make such beautiful things from stone?" The artist replied, "Beauty is already hidden there. I just removed the extra stone." So similarly, we all have the happiness inside us. What we have to do, we just need to remove our worries. And here worries means tension, anxiety, everything. And meditation is one thing which can help us, as is proved by so many medical research also. At the end, I will share you a story and then I will stop and then we'll go for a practical session. It is a story about a butterfly. One person who was very naughty, he went to a saint and asked a question to him whether this butterfly in my hand is dead or alive. His intention was that if that saint will say the butterfly is alive, he will just kill the butterfly and show him it is dead. And if he says it is dead, I will show him that it is alive, and both way I will win and prove that saint wrong. See, he went there and put the question, "Sir, can you tell me whether the butterfly in my hand, in my palm is dead or alive?" He said, "Beta, just wait." पर उसे बोले कि इस तितली का भविष्य आपके हाथ में है. The future of this butterfly is in your hand. That was the reply of the saint. And very often I say that your future is in your hand. You can become a mentally, physically healthy person, satisfying person, contented person, joyful person, happy person, and that is in your hand. You have a choice, but you have no choice for the consequences. You do meditation, you do relaxation, you make yourself healthy through the healthy heartfulness lifestyle, you will have no problem. And if you do not do that, you have to be ready for the consequences. With this, I have completed my session. I would request you to go for a meditation session with me. I will give you some commands. You have to follow the commands only. It is 11:20. So for 10 minutes, we'll do the exercise. And with permission of Professor Richa, after that, I will take a few questions from all of you. Sorry that we have a disruption. Otherwise, I would have finished 2-3 minutes before. So please close your eyes and follow my direction, and then we'll do the meditation. Before that, I will tell you, in meditation, we train our mind to focus on the heart. That enhances our overall self-awareness, including our inner state and condition. So what I am going to do, I am going to tell you the way how we meditate, and we meditate on the heart. So please close your eyes. Think that divine energy is flowing in your body from the Mother Earth, and it is relaxing your whole body. Your feet, legs are relaxed, your stomach is relaxed, your chest is relaxed, your back is relaxed, Your shoulder, your hand, your neck is relaxed. Your entire face is totally relaxed. And you are feeling peace. Your heart is full of divine qualities. You are full of empathy. You are full of happiness. You are full of peace. And you are ready to do the meditation. Draw your attention on your heart and think that divine energy is present in your heart. I am repeating. Keep your eye closed. Remain seated comfortably. Think that divine energy is present in your heart and sit with me for next 10 minutes. If you have any inconvenience, you can open your eyes and then you can close again and think that your heart is full of peace, happiness and divine qualities, and divine light or divine energy is attracting you in your heart. With this, we'll sit for 10 minutes. Please start. Open your eyes slowly. Just brood over things you have in this 5 to 7 minutes time. So with this, my session is over. This is time for question and the feedback. You can reach to me at my mobile number 9044088001 if you want to know anything about the heartfulness. Otherwise, heartfulness is you can reach the heartfulness through the heartfulness site www.heartfulness.org. So I am open for the question and answer. Maybe in next 5-10 minutes, next 5 minutes we will complete that. Thank you very much for your please unmute your camera for a few minutes so that we can connect better. So I look forward for your questions. So one Deepesh has written a question, what is difference among stress, tension and depression? So let me answer this. Tension, depression, anxiety, they are all result of stress. I'll repeat, anxiety, tension, depression, even suicidal tendency, they are all result of stress. And stress may be of two types, chronic stress and benign stress. So it is start with the benign stress and then stress become chronic. This is the answer. Ritu, she is having second question, whether we'll have second session today. My answer is no. That is the only session planned in this FDP.
Sir. Actually, she was asking about the FDP sessions. So there are two more sessions for today.
Acha, it is that. Chaliye. So it is right that you have answered.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So any further question? So I believe you have no question.
Sir, it was ultimate. Actually, I am regular practitioner and you are my guru. So I used to learn every lecture, whatever you have delivered. So it is always nice as usual. So participants, do you have any question or feedback you can ask?
So thank you, Ritu Vasist. If you have learned something, I would suggest you to just Google heartfulness trainer near me and you will find a trainer nearer to you. You can approach him. He will guide you further. Just write Google heartfulness trainer near me. Just do that and you will find a trainer near you. We have around 10,000 trainers in India, a 1 million trainer globally. So you can reach to them. Acha. One more thing, is any acupuncture point to remove stress or headache? To be very honest, I don't know. I know only one thing, that is heartfulness meditation, which I have used over the years and I have found it a total solution of my problem. So I have not looked anywhere else. So to be very honest and candid reply.